up. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit about how to build your independent team. And I like to say, let's wrap smoking well. So before we jump into it, let's fire up real quick. So I hope everybody been doing good. It's been a interesting weekend. I most definitely say that it has been a very interesting weekend. Um, but things most definitely have been going. So I wanted to talk to you about how to network your business. So the important thing that I really want to say is we spend money. We spend money on services. We go to someone and say, hey, I need your services. They say it's X amount of dollars. We pay for it, correct? So when you're building your team, your independent team, I think it's very important to build your team with people that you need to grow your business. That makes sense? You need someone that's good with computers and websites. So you want someone on your team that's passionate about what you do. Now you don't mind paying them because we understand, but we do a lot of bartering. You know, he know what you're doing or she know what you're doing, and they might give it to you for a certain amount of price because they mess with you, they believe in you. Now, it's not about getting services. It's not about getting services for cheap or not paying for them, but it's having a team that's passionate about the same things that you're passionate about. So if you know you're gonna be into photos, you should have someone on your team that's a photographer, editing. That's what they do, and that way, not only do they embellish you, but then they also need you. You see, the goal is to form your community where everybody need one another. Everybody is a member. Everybody is the body. Everybody got something that they got to do. And if you do that, then it'll work together properly. You ain't got two left arms. Sometimes I think people try to create a body and it's kind of like having a person. You know, nobody want to have two left arms, two left feet, you know, the wrong nose, messed up eye. So I think that we have to really think about that point. So I just wanted to state that because we go about that the wrong way. Now, like I said again, you want someone on your team that's passionate about what you do, and you don't mind paying them, but they know that what you have to offer them is more important, important and more valuable than the money. Vice versa. You see what I'm saying? Now let's get to this other step. So you have something to offer them. They have something to offer you. And regardless of how it works, you have to spend that money to get this particular thing done. Just like they got to spend the money to get particular things done. But if they got a team, they don't necessarily have to spend that money. They can provide their service to the team. So that way the team can grow. Because see, everybody in the team is a business. See, we all working together. We think in business minds. He got a business, she got a business, my brother got a business. Everybody got their own thing, and we pity pack together. Well, we don't have to spend money that hurt our businesses because most people, especially starting out, it's kind of tight when it comes to finances starting your business. You know what I mean? You just don't have a lot of luxury. Some people are blessed and fortunate where they can get that $100,000 loan. They can get that small loan from their family, like Donald Trump said. I just got a small $1 million loan. Some people can be in that situation, but us being independent, we ain't got that opportunity. If we did, we won't be being independent. We'll be independent, but on a bigger scale. You see what I'm saying? So the goal is to put people around you that's passionate about what they do, but need your services as well. So that way y'all can piggyback right off one another. You help them, they help you. You're a good networker. Say they ain't good networking. They ain't good advertising and really getting their point across. You are. You say, hey, I need you on this level. Can you help me? What's the price? They say, oh, we'll do it for this price. And you're like, hey, I noticed you need this. Yeah, man, everybody been trying to charge me this. I tell you what, you do this for me, I do that for you. Now you still out of something, but it's your time. You're trading services, your time for their time, your skills for their skills, you know? And I'm gonna tell you a valuable thing that this does. It helps you build valuable relationships because relationships are the source, the driving source behind business, a successful business. It's the relationship you make with other business owners, other entrepreneurs, you know, like literally. And I'm gonna tell you something that I had to realize. You ever heard that saying where they say it's not what you get, but it's who you know? That's real, man. I have been in situations where I had the capital, I had the money, but I couldn't do what I was trying to do because I didn't know the right people. They were steady closing doors on me. So, and that doesn't mean I'm rich, 'cause I'm not. But it just go give you a point to say it doesn't. The money doesn't mean everything because what do we do with the money? We're gonna pay for a service. We're gonna pay some bills. We're gonna get some necessities. So we really use the money for necessities. So if you're dealing with another business who have the necessities you need and you have the necessities that they need, trade services, trade skills. That way they don't have to come out their pocket. You don't have to come out your pocket. But both of y'all businesses are growing. Think about that. I just want you to take a second because a lot of people are very selfish. I seen a meme one time that says we should throw baby showers for our brothers and sisters who start businesses because that's a child. You start a new child. We should come together and help them kick that off. We should stay, just like they say it takes a community to raise a child. A business is going to take some minds. It's going to take some counselors. It's going to take some other people who been in it and does something that can benefit what you do, and they specialize in what they do, and you specialize in what you do, and it's kind of like iron sharpens iron. Y'all helping one another. But I feel like a lot of our people have the wrong approach when they do business because they always try to make it about the money, or you reach out to them and try to network with them, and they'll get real professional, like they just want to try. Oh yeah, I charge this and this and this. Like they don't even give the conversation, and you know that they need what you have to offer. You can help them, but they don't give you that chance because they money hungry. You see what I'm saying? They just think about self, and that's fine. And if you need that person service, just buy their services. And they might say, "Man, why you don't network with me?" It's all about business with you. It's just about this. I can't network with someone who only think one sided. If you have something I have to offer, I have something I offer. Why am I paying you? You see what I'm saying? Especially when we're benefiting one another. You know, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. So I've been in the city of Oklahoma City now for about 4 months, and it's been a little rocky because I'm used to a different network. It's a completely different system here, a completely different system, and I'm used to networking. I'm used to really being mobile, really getting things done. And here, they got the buddy system. It's kind of like I'm not in the South, but it's Southern, so it do have a buddy system, and it's like it's the type of place where if you network in something, people are very familiar with networking with who they know in certain faces, certain people. So to get calls here doing specific things that someone else do, it's like pulling teeth because they'd rather go to John, Bob. I know them good old boys. You see what I'm saying? They'll give you a call if someone break their leg, go to the hospital, they sick. I can't get to my regular guy. No bullshit. I'm keeping it real with you now because I've had someone say this before, call me like, yeah, my other guy, man, and he's just getting the bind. He had to pay me. So the work here is a lot different as far as the field welding. I love field welding, but here I can't get as much field welding jobs, independent jobs like I was in Phoenix. It's a different mindset too. Like it's a different mindset. So I have to come with a different approach. So I've been working on my different approach and just reevaluating how I network myself here. And one thing I had realized that here people have big dreams. They dream big. They talk good. But when it comes to putting actions, it'll actually take a long, long time, or they'll move at a slow, slow pace because they don't want to. They want to build a team with familiar people. Think about that now. Sometimes God sends us people, you know, in business, like real talk. And if you close minded with just only networking with someone you know, without testing that person's spirit, the character don't lie. If you're familiar with reading character, you know that a person can't hide who they are. That's who they are. So if you see someone that's genuine about what they do and they passionate about what they do, that's somebody you should want to have on your team, because if this person is passionate about what they do and you incorporate what you do with what they do, they're going to be passionate about what you do. So I did a job here. Since I've been here, I did a job, and the person, I'm not even going to reveal how it all went down. I just want to give you this part of it because I don't want to reveal the person. But the person was about to pay me. Hold up for a second, like my stuff that went off. So the person was about to pay me. I might have to hit my light real quick because my deal went off. Technical difficulties here. So I had a few tech issues. No biggie. Forgot to plug it up. So the person I did the job for, they was about to pay me. But when they got about to pay me, I was at their business and I was, scoping out what they do, you know. Good rising, good rising, good rising. So I was scoping out what they do, right? And I get to looking at what they do, and I'm like, well, shoot, I really need some of that done. I could do this, And I tell them, I say, hey, what about us doing a little bartering? I said, hey, your money ain't no good with me because I'm gonna have to spend this with someone else. You gave me the opportunity to do this job for you, and let's do some networking. I said, it ain't all about the money. I can find some different ways to get certain finances, but it's certain things I got to get done regardless, and it takes money. So let me give you that instead of you paying me. Let me get whoop 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 and this and this. And I'm like, oh yeah, no problem. I even do this. I'm like, no problem. So I did the job. They hooked me up. I hooked them up, and then we did it again on another situation. They had the money. I'm like, nah. But they understood. They was like, yeah, let's network like that. They was like, I have no problem. I said, nah, if it's a situation where it's a big deal and I, need some finances, I'll be like, hey, I need to get so and so on this particular project, and it's still going to be love. But majority of the time, we can just trade services because they got stuff that I'm gonna eventually have to buy anyway, and I'm knowing if I get it from them, I'm gonna get better love. They gonna treat me better than me just spending my money with someone who treats you like a criminal. You ever went somewhere and you spend their money and they act like you owe them something and you trying to buy something from them, you know, ain't a good thing. So I think that we should network with people who have a great desire and passion for what they do. Because if they have a desire and passion for what they do, and you incorporate what they do with what you do, when y'all start networking, they're gonna show that same passion. It's evident because they passionate about what they do. That's one thing I know about a passionate person, about a driven, a visionary. If it's a part of their vision, if it incorporates in their goal and in their structure, then they all for it. And then I'm just the type of person, once I get something on my mind and I say, hey, I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So, it ain't, you got some people that just boast. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Now, I'm not a boaster, but if you ask me what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell you because I'm confident. It's a different than being arrogant and confident. I'm confident, and I'm also feeling like me being confident and being a black man here in Oklahoma City. Look a little different. With my beard and my gold teeth. I look a little different, so I don't look like I'm from around here. And the confidence I have, I think that it causes some people to maybe get intimidated some because I'm so bold and so uh confident as for what I do, but I don't bite off something that I can't chew. You see what I'm saying? Like, so if I say, oh yeah, I can do that, I can do that. You know what I mean? If I can, I'm like, nah, man, I'm about to pass on that. I don't have the equipment or what it takes. Or sometimes you might deal with someone where you can tell that that character, the person, is someone you don't want to deal with. You're like, nah, I'm gonna pass on that one, and it's only because you know it's going to be a headache. You know, so I think those are things we learn from doing business and getting ideas from others. Like I did a job in Phoenix when I was first moving in, and I met a guy, and he was independent. I only did one job, man. That's how bad. But I was wanted to do a lot of installs for the guy, but he was all over the place. Like he had so much debt, so much burnt Paul, burnt Peter, paid John, killed Paul. Like this dude was all across the place, and I was like, damn. And I remember we sitting in this office one day. He had a stack of papers on there, and I just so happened to look because he was gone doing something. I'm looking on the table, just looking at the disc, number of lawsuits against him. And I got to thinking how a lot of times, you know, we'll do things for vain reasons. He come back in there bragging how him and his wife and his friend and his wife took a flight out in their personal jet and they plane. I mean, to go here and they do there and they do this, and I'm thinking like, damn, you do all this, you got all this going, and they're like, yeah, I got this on my plate. You think you can do this for this number, man? I can pay you. I said, hey, man, my price is my price, because I'm already seeing you telling me how you enjoying life, taking trips, flying, doing all this here. You got all this debt, but you want me to cut you down on my numbers so I can help you out. Nah, see, sometimes people be greedy and they will take on jobs and take on contracts and be things that they shouldn't do because they caught up in that price already. They caught up in what they're gonna do with that money, or that money already spent in their head. Share another story, which I got a friend of mine named Lil J. Um, he's grew up with me, a few years older than me. He's a rapper too, and my guy. I remember growing up, I used to look up to him and one of my partners, Eric. They used to battle rap, you know what I mean? And Lil J was good. He'll come up with some hard lyrics where they just be rapping. I remember he had one when he talked about blowing someone's heart out, blowing it in the back of this place called Sonic, which is kind of like it's like a Sonic, but it's like a bumpers. We called it bumpers, and it was. I remember the hook in the song. But anyway, I talked about him because he ended up getting a deal when we was young. Well, someone contacted him from California, got a hold of one of his records, wanted to sign him, wanted to give his sign on bonus was 50,000. I remember, and I remember him telling me he didn't do it because he felt he was more than that. And at that time, 50,000 was a lot. He could have did a lot with that. But you know what he said? I remember him telling me this one time. He said, "Man, I bought me a little house and give me a car. Man, I'm broke. Well, I can't do that." He missed out. So my guy needs to say he ended up going to prison. Stuff happened. Ended up having a few mental issues. Now my guy, I believe he's still in Pine Bluff. You know, still rapping here and there, but he's older, not really doing nothing with it, but kind of like stuck in that time. But he had that chance. You know, he had that chance, but he was thinking about them dollars and not the opportunity. Because sometimes I would rather take the opportunity, lose out on the money, but have a greater value when it all comes said and done. Because the opportunity could have opened up many doors, but he was just thinking about these numbers. Oh, I got to have this X amount of number. I got to have this X amount, and he missed out on a good opportunity. You know what I mean? So um, I wanted to share that with you because sometimes we will have genuine people come to us to network with us on our business, to give us ideas, to help us out, to lend us a hand, and we'll get caught up in the price, or they don't look like us, or man, you sure they benefit, but they doing it's one thing. I'll tell you what I learned. When you're a parent, your kids, they expect you to love them, even though no one owes you nothing but your when you're a kid, and, you look up to certain people that you expect this person got to do this. Well, when you get a complete stranger, when your family have pushed you off and they come and treat you just like family, you know, that's a, hey man, that's deep. That'll change your perspective on things because you start realizing that just because a person don't look like you, ain't where you from, don't walk or talk or don't move like you, can actually benefit you in a great way because he's good or she's good at something you're not, and vice versa. So it's like iron sharpens iron. This person right here is super sharp, and maybe you just the blade. Maybe they the stone, and they're like, man, this dude is solid. I can rub up him and I can get sharp. Because see, some people are blades, some people are sharpeners. But it takes both of us. You see what I'm saying, to get the job done. Think about it. One person got to be hard, and the knife got to be just a little bit softer than the hard in the metal because it keeps it sharp. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you're gonna have someone bold, outspoken, um, don't mind speaking their mind, and I can't say nothing. Good rising, good rising. I can't say nothing because that's me when it comes to speaking my mind. Like, I'm very bold and upfront with how I feel. I'm probably a little too honest the way I speak sometimes, to some people, you know what I mean? But I tend not to bite my tongue with people. Like, if you ask me something or you're around me and you do something to me, I feel like if you can do something to me disrespectful and you know it is, then I should be able to have the right to say how I feel to you, to your face. This is me. You know, uh, I never been the one to just sugarcoat things. Like, if I feel a certain way, I'm just gonna let you know. I mean, the older I get, the more verbal I get when it comes to expressing myself. I had said a statement probably like a week or so ago. I said, I realized the older I get, the more I cuss people out. My mama used to say that, and she used to have me rolling, man. She said, people say I cuss too much, but I don't care. And me personally, I don't. You know what I mean? To me, it's a personal expression, and it's a rule that another man, someone said that this is wrong. Who said this was wrong? That's all I'm saying. So to me, it's just an expression. But in certain situations, certain words shouldn't be used. When you hold in certain meetings and certain things. But if you being you, you should be able to be you. So I'm gonna be me around anybody. So if you don't like me being me, then don't be around me. You know what I mean? But I expect someone to be them because I wouldn't want anything else. You know what I mean? So I think that sometimes your drive and your passion can intimidate some people. I've noticed that here. Being in Oklahoma City, I have reached out to several brothers and just haven't worked out. You know what I mean? Up to this point, anyway. So I have noticed that sometimes even though you have something that can benefit another person, they would shun you if they're a little intimidated by your strength or your hustle or your drive. And or I just seen it different ways. I just seen some guys get intimidated by me, no lie, because they felt like I might want a woman, or they felt like they woman might be attracted to me more than them. No bullshit. Like, blew me out the water. I'm like, bro, I'm not even on that. Like, everybody that know me personally know that I'm not on. Like, if we partners, if it's five of us and we all partners, if you got a woman or a wife, bro, that's like a sister. Point blank, period. That's my queen. You know what I mean? That's what it is. I'm never gonna disrespect. I've never been like that. Never. Now I know some dudes, some friends that had, but me personally, people were about. So I've never been like that. And if we doing business, I'm not even gonna look at your woman like that. But I have had people tell someone else, well, I'm not gonna do business with them because they doing this. And the guy like, well, damn, what they doing wrong? But the guy intimidated because he felt like my hustle, my drive, that the woman he was with probably was going to be attracted to it. And then she probably would have wanted to lean my way some. And I'm like, I got my own. You ever heard that saying, don't bring sand to a beach? Well, I learned one thing in life. It's good to have your own sand. I'm going to say that one more time. It is good to have your own sand, man, because people are get jealous like this guy. You can't do business when you come someplace and they say, hey man, this all my sense say, hey man, I got me a little piece of sand with me. I got my own little piece of sand. Hey, I gotta take care of mine. I can lay over here on my own thing. But you got some people that gets intimidated by your drive or your appearance. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not caught up in all that. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure I'm I'm sure at as far as who I am, like, and my relationships. If I'm in a relationship with someone, like, that person don't have to think any other negative way. Hold up, that person don't have to think any other negative way because if I say that I'm with you. I'm with you. You know what I mean? And I can represent you. You know what I mean? Like I feel like my confidence um, is a compliment to who I'm with because I know how to carry myself and vice versa. And I know, you know, the relationship that I respect with the person, it's never gonna come to that. But I do know guys, like no lie, I know guys who friends of mine, who have slept with their own family members, cousins that they was tight because they was a little weak when it came to the sexual part. Like they want to do it and like, man, she doing it anyway. I might as well do it. I'm like, man, that's kind of messed up. Like for real. Like if we all partners, I'm like, man, I wouldn't have did that. Even though she came on to him and they wasn't technically together at that complete moment. But you know how you got them relationships. They break up 2 weeks, be back together. Break up a week, be back together a month. You know, they always went up and down. And you know, and I just felt like, I told my guy, I was like, man, I'm in your corner. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy, but I have learned that my drive and my confidence and me dreaming big, I think like sharing some of my visions and my dreams of what I'm gonna do. Like I don't go all out. I just show them like some of my progress. Like if I show them my prints, some of the things I'm building. Hey, this is what I'm doing. They look at me like, you did that? I'm like, yeah, yeah, I made this, man. So let's do this and this. And it's just like they don't believe, like here, this is just my personal opinion. I was making a joke the other day. The guy said, man, what have you learned so far about OKC, dealing with networking with some of these dudes? I said, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. A lot of them don't think business as far as passive income. A lot of them only think earn income, but they try to be business and make an income, but they think they got to work for all of their income. You see what I'm saying? And you can't, it's good to have a business, but if you're gonna be in business solely dependent on someone calling you to do a service, you ain't gonna be in business long, and it's gonna stress you out a lot. So I was like, hey man, let's come up with something that we could actually sell that can replace that. Like I'm with you say if you tell me you work and make $500 a week, I'm like, man, that's good. My goal is to figure out a way to make $500 in a couple minutes, an hour on a sale, $500 every other day. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. That's my goal. Like I'm saying, what can I do to make that same amount and be valuable without having to go break my back and go sweat and go be somebody's slave? How can I do this? I'm still providing value to someone. I'm still helping someone, but I'm not being someone's slave. You know what I mean? Here, I'm just noticing that a lot of people uh, do the lawn care. Everybody got a lawn care business. Mobile mechanics, I see a lot of that mechanic work. So it's a lot of physical going on, but when it comes to product over talent, I'm not seeing a lot of that. I have networked with a few tried to network, showing, hey, let's do this, let's provide this, but it's more of a work thing, or I don't know, or this dude might try to, you know, um, shine on me. I don't know. I don't know, man. I ain't gonna tell you like I told my friend that every city that I've been to, I have been able to observe the people as far as my people, most definitely, and just the culture of people. Because I go around and I network and I try to see how people think in this. Everybody think different in certain areas, and I have seen here that it's the smell, hey, how you doing? Hey brother, and then it's like, nah, I ain't messing with them, man. But I have literally, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna share this with you because this is no lie. Tell you what happened to me. I'm in the gas station one day. Here, I see a gentleman that I'd seen that I had reached out to before, and every time I see him, I reach out. Called him a couple times, went hung out one time, and I was like, well, maybe with network, get some money. He was down on some issues. I'm like, hey man, hit me up. I can help you on that. Just let me know. No, it's just trying to, lend a hand, help a brother out. I see he was in a bind. He needed some help physically. And I'm a welder fabricator. I'm like, hey man, I can help you get back up, and then we network about that later. You know what I mean? Some reason, he gave me a good game. We smoked, we talked, we laughed, but he never reached out. And I seen him at the gas station one day. I'm like, damn, there go my guy. Now, you know how you see somebody, oh my God, I'm gonna speak to my guy. I literally seen him avoid me. Like here in Oklahoma City, I see him in the gas station. I could see because I'm in the line, and I don't think he didn't think I seen him. So he tried to like go a different direction, go a different route, because the store is kind of big where I wouldn't see him, because it's like this person been networking out with me. I'm reaching back, and I really didn't reach back because of blase. Um, then he was like, well, I'm not gonna network with this guy. I'm gonna avoid him because he might be on to something that I'm really not on. You know what I mean? So it kind of caught me off guard, because I'm like, damn, would the drive of someone, not in a passing, like not in a way where say I'm trying to ask you to do something, none of that, just lend out a hand. Hey, brother, this is what I do. Hit me up sometime, man. We can chop it up. It is what it is. So what I have figured out that here, everybody, what I'm seeing, they focus on earned income a lot. Even some of the businesses, it's all about depending on earned income really working. And I know this lady, she's been in business for 50 years. They're about to have a little anniversary thing for her. And salute, man. Good job, good job. Yeah, I will. I'm most definitely do that. And so she been in business for like 50 years, and she still um, physically go out and do certain things. And I'm thinking like, that's fine. Like some people just have the passion on doing it. Yes, making money while you're asleep, and that's what passive income means. Um, it's using your earned income. And see, I'm gonna talk about that for a second. Let me finish this story real quick. So I see her physically working, and she been in business 50 years. She could easily have someone out there doing what she doing, where she don't have to physically do it because she's getting up in age. So I think that it's important to realize that we can't do everything. See, some people get caught up and try to do everything yourself. Man, you're gonna wear yourself out. You can't be everybody. Now, starting out, that's fine, because we have to be the worker, the secretary, the lawyer, the businessman. Like I didn't carry all suitcases and all briefcase. Like I had to do everything. The work, I had to disguise myself and just coming in as the worker, and I'm really the owner, so I can get some money. You know what I mean? So whatever you got to do. But to me, I think the goal is to realize how to use that earned income, because that's gonna be real important. And I want to just talk about that earned income for a minute, because most people know what earned income is: working for a job, working actually time for money, time for money, time for money. Passive income is money for money. What I mean by that, you use money to make money, not time, because you use the time to actually make the product or whatever you got going. Most definitely a product, because even if you got a service and you got someone else doing it, then you're not doing it. That's the goal. You want to get where you're not doing it all the time. Now you still gonna be doing things, but certain things isn't realistic. It isn't. I seen a man in the field doing iron work, and I know he was only doing it because he had to, because they know 60-year-old man gonna be beating on iron in the field around these youngsters because he just loved doing this job. Nah, he got in a situation where he got bills to pay, and it's just what it is, and how he's gonna go out and like, fuck, this is my trade. I'm gonna do it as long as I can now. Everybody got their own mission, but you don't have to be that way. You can actually use some of that earned income and you start investing in. I mean, me personally, as of right now, I don't have stocks, but I'm about to have some more. About to invest. I had to make a few other investments on business, so I had to use my capital that I was going to actually use for some stock. But the goal is to do that, because I'm gonna most definitely reveal some of my stock ideas, because I got a few goals I'm about to get ready to do soon, like hopefully within the next month. You know what I mean? So the goal is to use that earned income and invest it in different things that you enjoy. And this is what I have learned personally, just on stock things, that some of the things that I have written down, investing in things that, when it comes to technology, food, things that are a necessity to you too. So if it's certain things that you know that you feel like you can't have without, I would invest in some of that stock. And then find out of things that upcoming technology, upcoming things that probably revolutionize certain things that you had to keep. I remember I had the opportunity to, well, I didn't have the opportunity. I had got the someone talked to me about the satellite radio when it first hit, like before it got popular, and it was like, hey, let's invest in this. I mean, it was $1 a share, 99 cents or something. It was stupid. And he was like, man, this is gonna be in every vehicle, this and this. I didn't do that shit, man. Everybody know to this day I, that shit is in every vehicle, man. And I was in prison and could have made an investment. You see what I'm saying? And when the guy brought it to me, this white guy, never forget it. He was like, "Hey, man, we need to invest in this. This is the future right here, Joe. This is gonna be in every vehicle." And I remember he used to come to me because that's what he looked at. He'll watch the news and read the papers and look at opportunities, see who's riding, see what's going on, see what's coming down. And he can kind of predict as far as the economy and the change and how things going. And dude made this guy, this guy made some money. Like he probably was no lie. My guy probably was a millionaire before he went home, cause he started doing work release and he was making money in prison. And then when you making 20 and 30,000 and you in prison, he ain't had no child support. He just had money on his books. He started investing, man. So when he got out, bro, I know my guy's doing good. Salute to my guy, probably on the beat somewhere. That's what he said he wanted to do. Y'all see you out there getting it. Yes, you know what? And it's crazy because we really have to learn the passive income. We really have to learn how, and passive income comes in different sources. It's having an online t-shirt business, having some products that you made where a person can purchase online, or you have a small storefront, or someone else have a store and you got an item. They say, hey, I want your item in my store, and here you go, take your item over there, and now you got your item over here. You see what I'm saying? So I think that it's all about networking and turning your earned income into a product, into some type of service that you don't physically have to do yourself. You know what I mean? Where you can free your mind and your time up to go create other businesses and other services. See, I told my cousin the other day we was talking. I just helped him file for his LLC. He all happy. He got his business license. He got his business account now. Uh, Name of his business is Sammy Woodstock. So he deal with cutting down trees and doing wood, firewood and stuff like that. So he was excited to actually have a business account with his name on it, man. I remember him calling me kind of excited. Say, hey, man, I got so and so. So it made me feel good that I helped him do that. And I didn't try to beat my cousin. I told him, I said, hey, it costs X amount of dollars to do so and so. I can do this for you for this. And then you help me do this. And so we did some bartering. You know what I'm saying? So the goal was I wanted to help him get his independence. Yeah, he paid me some on some other things, but it was still, even he'll say, like, man, you saved me money, money, money. So even when I did charge for certain things, it still wouldn't have been, he couldn't have found it from nowhere, no one else. And then I'm passionate about what I do. So he was like, I'd rather have you do it because I know it's going to be done right. And that's another thing. You want to network with people who you know that believes in what they do because they going to do it right. If she specialized in typing and working on books or whatever, writing articles, that's who you need to work on doing your books and making sure your editing and all this stuff right here is done right. That's who you need to talk to. Point blank period. So I feel like when we building our team, man, we have to learn that. And that's gonna be very valuable because I can't tell you, like, since I've been here, it has been completely passive income. Like, I have earned a little money as far as when I did a couple jobs here and there, but a lot of the money that I've been making here because I've been investing in my passive income, from clothing to my welding skids and steps and shooting targets. Like literally, like my products, blueprints, selling my blueprints for welding skids because a lot of independent people, and I tell people this all the time, you know, yeah, I want to sell you my product, but if you are a welder and fabricator, I would rather say, hey, I got this print. You can buy the print from me for $100. Then you can you saving money, and then you can duplicate, some of your own. So this is one thing I want to say live again, just so for those who don't know. But anyway, when you buy the welding prints for me, especially on my design, the two that I have available, once you buy them, I give you the right to duplicate them, like wherever you at. So if you hustling, you in a town, somebody else need one, you got the prints, make another one. You see them, make some money. I'm not against it. You just can't have them in another store. You know what I mean? You can't have them like publicly selling them without us having an agreement. You know what I mean? As far as being a having a which I actually been thinking about setting up a situation where we're actually having a team of not like a monopoly, but where we setting it up where everybody is eating, kind of like a franchise. You know what I mean? Where everybody is eating and networking. So I've also been working on that idea because it's people in areas where I'm not, and it's more some of the products that I'm gonna be coming up with. It's more in need in certain areas. So my goal is to actually come up with products. I'm gonna sell them, but then I'm also um, sell the prints in franchise where a person can be able to make whatever else where they at, because sometimes people might have everything set up but they need a good product, and I might can come up with a product that they can make and I get a percentage off of it as long as the life of the product. You know what I mean? That's how the franchise go. You know, it'll be anywhere from the percentage goes anywhere from 5 to 15%, depends on what the deal is. You know what I mean? So it depends on what I'm putting into the franchise. If it's just the prints, the image, the promotion, because there's a lot goes behind it. So once I get the site up, which my site is in progress right now, it's going to be a lot to offer when it comes to that, because you know everybody network different. So if you buy one of the prints, you can most definitely duplicate them, make some. You know, you just can't put them in a store and say I'm open, I'm selling these with us without us having a contract or a business agreement. You know, but other than just for networking or sell them on Craigslist, or network them in your community, or sell them, I don't care. You know, the way I look like it, man, I'm not gonna knock nobody hustle. I'm not gonna say, oh, he got it from me and made 1,000. I don't care what you made. That's your hustle. You know what I mean? Evidently, you was hustling harder than I was. That's the way I look at it. I'm not gonna knock no man hustle, because you know my goal is to have these products where we don't have to have shackles. So if we can network and you can get some products from me and you can make some products to make some money, let's do it. You know, that way we ain't in no shackle from no business. We ain't got no boss or no overseer over our head trying to dictate everything that we do. Make sure I check back in whenever I couldn't see the last few little comments. Yes, Sammy Woodstock. That's the name of my cousin business. I just got established. He's in Arkansas. So I just got his business established for him. And you know, I charge consultation for business setup. So for those who want to start businesses and or want some advice on the best way to go and how to set it up, because you know the goal is you might can do it, but someone that's been doing it longer might know a couple shortcuts, so to speak. I ain't gonna say shortcuts. I'm gonna say VIP members. You know how when you waiting in a line, you can even get in the regular way and stand outside and wait all day. You might get in, or you might not, or you can pay this little extra and get into the VIP line and go and be sitting at the table having your drinks while everybody else is outside waiting to come in. So you know, I give a consultation of $150 to help a person set up their independent business, like from the EIN, the business license, how to operate, depends on what you're doing, showing you different ways to hustle what you're doing to help things go, because I had to think outside of the box. So a lot of the things that I can give you, the information is going to be unorthodox. It's going to be like, man, could that work? Yeah, it works because I did it. And one thing that I learned about business, you know, um, even the president said this when he got into office. He said, don't get mad at me because I used the loopholes of the system that was designed for us to use. So learn the loopholes, and I think that's what consultations are valuable, because you're getting someone expertise, you're getting someone who has already bumped their head headaches, already went through what they went through, and you're getting that without having to go through it. So I have two different kind of consultations. I have one that's $150. It's a one-time consultation. So if you need something else, you have to call back or whatever, and we set up another appointment. That's another $150. Then I have a lifetime membership right now where it's kind of like you grow with me, and it's $500. Like once you hit me up and you become like partners with me. So as I grow, you grow, and as I get in good new information, I send out emails and provide you with new information. And when you need a question or something going on, you email me, call me, text me, and once we set up a time, we'll you know, call and talk and fix whatever issue or talk to you about that issue. And that way, you always got someone in your corner that you can actually get some gain from. And if I don't know, I'm gonna find out. You know, now I'm that type of person. If I don't know, I'm gonna find out. I don't mind doing the research. I actually like it. The process is exciting to me. You know what I mean? Sometimes once you get to a certain level, I've heard many millionaires and billionaires when they get there, they're like, they got to figure out something to do. And then people are like, oh man, they giving all their money away. That's because they got to a certain level and it felt better to give than to receive. You see what I'm saying? So everybody have their mission, but the process is the most exciting thing. So um, I think that it's important to have good leadership, good guys, and a good team, get good information because everybody, like, I pay for consultation. Like, it's very valuable to your process. Like, I spent $500 on a consultation, and not only did it make me money, but it saved me thousands because I was about to mess up, y'all. I was about to make a move, a business move, and I needed to know, but I was like, damn, I got to spend $500 to talk to this dude about this and what I needed to know. You know, I wouldn't, in my mind, you know, when you get into the business, you know, when we getting started, coming from the hood, coming from certain spots, we think that people should just do stuff for us because we got a real good heart and we really trying. No, they had to have a real good heart and they really struggling. You don't know they path, and if they tell you a feat, that's what it is. So if you're gonna get into business, it takes money to make money. If you don't want to spend money, if you don't want to make no investments, you don't want to lose some money, don't get in business. I'm just gonna be honest with you because all of that is involved. It's gonna take some money. I didn't spend thousands just on talking and getting game. You know, it has helped me. Sometimes I spent it and it wasn't right. I have spent money for things that afterwards I'm like, man, you know what, that didn't benefit me at all. But I think that's how we learn because sometimes we do make investments that we shouldn't do. You know what I mean? And we have to learn later. I remember a small story real quick. My daughter, me and her was saving up to get her first vehicle. And I told her, once you get a certain amount, I'm gonna help you get this vehicle. So I ended up getting a deal for a friend of mine. He had a Jimmy Blazer. It was a 4x4, small. It was nice. You know, it was a nice little Jimmy Blazer. I'm like, it was, you know, 4 door, 4 wheel drive. You know what I mean? It was good tires on it. I'm like, hey man, this is a good truck. You know what I mean? Like a good truck. He was the type of person that kept his stuff up. You know what I mean? So it was service. It was everything. You know, got it for my daughter, man. Well, before we got it, I had it sit to the side to show the pictures. This is what we're gonna get your first car. Well, these Jordans came out, and the day of a week or so before we got ready to get this car, she come in with these Jordans on. I'm like, Ty, I thought we supposed to be getting you a car. What are you doing? Oh, these new ones just came out, Dad. I had to get these. I had to get these. Because she worked at the Foot Locker. She was like, you know, assistant manager or something in there. She's like, oh, Dad, I had to get these. I just had to get these. I'm thinking like, really? Ty? I'm like, um, well, I hope, you know, you enjoy them because tomorrow when you need a ride to work and when you need a ride to go here and there, you can wear them nice Jordan that you got. You're going to look good walking to work. And you think I took her? Nope. She walked. And I'm gonna tell you what happened. Next couple of days I seen her. I said, "Where your pretty Jordans at?" I sold them, Dad. I sold them. She sold them, got the money back, and you know we got the money and we got her a car like the next week or so. But she had to learn um, that valuable lesson that what's most important to you. You know, we pay for things sometimes that we think we got to have. Oh, we just got to have this, and it's a liability. It's a lot. Not only is it a liability, it's not going to make us any money. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes when you're doing business, you got to think like that. Like you're gonna have to train your mind to stop thinking so one track minded and selfish on your desires all the time. As far as, oh, I want to look good on this. Oh, I want to drive this vehicle. Oh, I got to have this. I can't tell you how many good people who could have started business, could have jumped it off, but they had to have a certain truck. They had to have this certain welder. They had to have these certain jeans and a certain hat with a certain shirt with the certain boots. Like I'm like, for real? Oh man, I got if it ain't Justice and so, if it ain't Red Wings, if it ain't someone like they was like strict and they would go all out. Don't even have them like, bro. Right now you can't afford to spend 300 on a pair of boots, bro. Just go get these one for 125. They real good till we get some money. Sometimes you have to realize that your image, your success is based on your concept. And I want to share something with you real quick. And I want you to think about this. Your actions is no wiser than your thoughts. So you have a lot of people that say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Oh, yeah, yeah," but their actions are not wiser than your thoughts. So you can say all you want to say, but I know how you think. You're still in bondage, so you're not gonna get far. You see what I'm saying? In order for you to be rich, you got to have a rich thinking mindset, a $1 million mindset. You have to, I heard a guy that said, "I might not be a millionaire now, but I got a millionaire mindset, and it's only a matter of time where it attracts itself to me." And that's how we got to look at it, like literally, like that's how we got to see it. You know, I'm gonna have an issue because this thing got like a timer on it. So just wanted to say that, man, because that's very important that we got to have that mindset. And so we have to have that mindset. And just wanted to say, for the record, that it all starts here. It all starts here, even when you're networking your business, when you're building your team. You have to dream, you have to visualize the team you want. You have to condition your mind to be ready for once this certain person come in your life that you've been praying for, you know how to accept them. It's kind of like the woman at the well. I know if some of y'all familiar with Bible scriptures and parables, there's a woman at the well who came to Christ at the well and asked him, begged him, "Come down with me. I would love for you to come eat." She said, "Okay, I'm gonna come. We're gonna come and visit." Someone came homeless, a beggar. She pushed him off. She never seen Christ. So the next day she went back to the well where she met him at, disappointed. "Hey, I thought you was coming to dine with me. I thought you was coming out." He was like, "I can't. You turned me away." And she was like, "When did you come? I never seen you." He said, "If you did it to the least, you did it to me." Boy, that was deep. He was like, "I came, but you didn't like the form I came in. So you sent me away." And I think a lot of people are like that, man. A lot of people are judgmental. Our people, black people, are judgmental. Other races can be judgmental due to the media. A lot of times it's due to what they have been taught or what they have seen. Like I had a lady that I was cool with in Phoenix, and I did a couple jobs for him. And one day her son was with her, and I don't know how the conversation came up, but something happened. He was a little afraid of me. He was like 7 years old. And I was like, "What's wrong?" He's like, yeah, she asked him, like, "Why are you afraid of Feniks? He's a good guy." She was like, "Mommy, he got gold teeth." And she was like, "Well, what did that mean?" She was like, "Well, all the shows, all the things that you show me on TV, all the guys with gold teeth are in prison. They're bad guys. They bad guys. That's what you say." I'm thinking to myself, like, you'd be surprised how people teach their kids things, show them certain things, and expect them not to pick up what you really saying to them. She's showing them, like, she watched Locked Up all the time. She watched all of these shows of these black guys in messed up situations all the time. So his image of someone who's black has always been in prison, always been bad. And needless to say, now they wasn't raised around a lot of black people. They was from Washington, cool people, but they wasn't racist. But they wasn't raised around. It was just what it was. But she was cool. But it was what she enjoyed watching and seeing, and the images that he seen from his mother. He was afraid of me. And I had to say, "Nah, man, it doesn't mean that. It means, I'm just representing my culture where I'm from. I'm from an era where I'm paying homage to my ancestors who were slaves. And I kind of broke it down to him and smiled, opened my mouth so he can kind of see. And he was like, "Ooh, them real teeth." And then, we got to talking or whatever. But it just hit me how we subconsciously train people, you know, to think. And it all falls back on building your team, man. You have to have people around you that's like-minded. Like, I would rather walk alone, which I've been doing it. I would rather walk alone before I connect myself with someone that I know is going to sell me out when the heat get when the heat start coming. It's kind of like what John Gotti said. He said, "I don't trust no man that ain't did no time with no criminal activities." He was like, "If you ain't did no, if you've been doing whatever you doing and you ain't never been caught up in it, never, I can't trust you." Because we make mistakes and we gonna do time. He said, "I can't trust no man that never did time on a criminal thing," and he went against that. And that same person ended him up in prison until he died. So going against your words sometime and having people around you that's not good for you. You know what I mean? So sometimes, man, I think in business, how to really build our independent team is to have people around us in areas and sources that we need. So if you know you need someone that's solid, if you know you need someone that's a good motivator, a good speaker, that's the type of person you want in your team, and you want them to be motivated by what you're doing. That way everyone is on the same page, and then you say, "Hey, I need someone that shoot videos. Hey, I need someone that writes. Hey, I need someone that prints. I need someone that do shirt. I need someone that do graphics." Like, you build your team up from things you need. And a lot of times your team gonna be other business owners sometimes. Sometimes it might be regular people just to say, "Hey, I really want to be a part." Then sometimes you're gonna have people that want to be a part of your movement because they see the light that it's getting. They see the image. They see the attention, but they ain't really want to put the work in. They just want to suck up the, ooh, everybody. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. This is our movement. Yeah, this is us. But they ain't really representing the movement. You see what I'm saying, man? I can't tell you how many people, especially my family members, who, "Oh, we support you. Send me something for free." Inbox me. "Hey, send me a free with him." Nah. If you support me, you see that it takes money to do this. You just gonna instantly think that I'm in a situation I'm just gonna give you something all the time. Nah. I told him to go ask somebody else for it. So some of them I don't even talk to just because I don't like the fact that you come to me like that. Like, if you got something to offer, I'm gonna come to you and you say it's $5 and I support what you do. I'm giving you $5. I might even give you more because I believe in what you do. Unless I don't get it, but I'm most definitely gonna give you what you get. Or I'm like, "Hey man, I got this, I got three. This is honestly what I got. I'm still gonna network with you." You see what I'm saying? So it's all about, you know, adding value. You got some people that want to support you, but they don't want to help build you. They want to wear it, but they want everything free because they feel like, well, if I wear it, somebody else might get it. Well, what did that mean? You know what I mean? Like, to me, we know one thing for a fact: people don't respect something that they don't put no price. If it don't have no value, if you don't pay for the schooling, you don't value it. If you don't pay for the time, the incarceration, and if you did the time, you had to learn it. That was a lesson. It was valuable. If you don't pay for it, if it's not written in blood, if you don't have no type of something you had to give to get it, you're not gonna value it. Think about it. You got people that get stuff for free all the time and they mess it up. I heard a story the other day. A lady said this lady get stamps and she stayed with her, trying to help her. They go grocery shopping. It's four people over there. She cook up a whole dozen of eggs. Didn't even have to. Like, man, you didn't even have to do all that for all cook all the bacon. The lady said she was complaining, like, man, she's just blowing money, like, but she gets stamps and she feel like she can just blow it like that. Even the average person wouldn't do it. But when you think like, "Oh, I get it, I ain't got to worry about it," you make some crazy decisions, and that just shows the mindset of a person. So I just feel like, in order to build our team, we're gonna have to create some passive income. We're gonna have to understand that earned income turns into passive income, and we can't just work for everything. Like, while we're strong and able now, let's work. Let's get this bag. However we can get it. If you say you want to work a job, do your job. You want to do a side hustle, whatever it is that you do, let's go and do it now. So that way we can relax and actually enjoy family and go sightseeing and see the world before it burns down, before it don't be no one. You know what I mean? Let's go see our backyard. Let's go visit. Let's go travel. Let's go see people that we love. Let's go put our eyes on new things, eat good food. I mean, to me, that's living. You know, and you have to, once you create that team, you can do that type of living. But it's going to be times where you're going to have to, bunk up. I hear Gary Vee say sometimes, "Hey, we got to get humble. Sometimes you got to go sleep on the couch with your partners. Y'all got to come in and 5 in 1 house, whatever it takes to make that money happen. Sometimes you got to eat ramen noodles. You know what I mean? Whatever. It's the sacrifice and being humble. But some people want to paint that image like they always get it. Like, "Oh, I'm always here." And if they fall, they like, they can't humble themselves. And I think pride goes before destruction. Not, I don't think that I know that. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. So I think that we have to realize the team is members. It's not just I. If you see, if it's anyone that you see and they bring an I in team, you need to get them out of it because it don't even fit the equation. Hurry up and move them out the equation because they don't fit with you. You know what I mean? And you can instantly tell people like that. So build you a team where everybody holds value. And that's the main point behind me coming live to you this morning. Because I like to talk to you just about random things, but that was something that was on my mind. I think that's important that we build a very strong team of people who value and have like faith, you know? Yeah, so I think it's very important to have the value and like faith and just remember that you're going to get out of it what you put into it. So if you put a little bit, don't get mad and look at the other team members who put 50 and 60 and 70 and 80% and they taking out more and you only put five and now you mad and your feelings hurt because the team is shining more than you, but you didn't want to do the work that they did. And see people like that, you know how they say you cast out the scorner, the contention shall cease, it's gonna go down. Sometimes you have people that just always a cause contention in your business or in your team, and you just have to let that person go no matter what the situation is. Let them go because you're not gonna grow. It's like a one apple spoiled everything. Like one bad situation. Sometimes it's not that you have to throw everything out. You have to say, "Oh, I'm done." Nah, just remove the plaque, remove that virus that's in your account. You know what I mean, so to speak. So, this morning, like I said, I just wanted to talk to you. I like to say, let's rap smoking well because those who know me know I smoke. And I do have two cards, actually, two marijuana cards, two medical marijuana cards, one in Phoenix, Arizona, and one in Oklahoma City. And I had one in Denver, but I'm not there anymore. But I had one in Denver too. So I had three. So, now I'm here and I'm trying to be a businessman. I'm trying to do something different, and I can't lie to you. Like, it's a completely different situation here, and I'm learning. But I have reached out to a few people, and I'm starting to see that they mindset. So I can say this though: I have met one good business owner. I can literally say two people. I can literally say have helped me um, in my movement, in my quest to get my hog on, and I have assisted them in their business. And sad to say, I ain't gonna say it's sad. I would love to network with my people. Like I try to network with my people, but I think my people be intimidated by me for some reason. Um, Me being independent and me, not. I was just thinking different. I don't know what it is, but I would love to network with my own black people and do some things with them. But it seems like what I'm doing now, a lot of times it's not my people that been really, really helping me. Now, I got a few of my brothers and sisters that's been supporting me since I started, like as far as, helping out here and there, just donations, calling, giving encouragement, inbox, hey man, keep doing what you're doing. Hey bro, whatever, what I mean, that's been with me through this whole thing. And I appreciate all of that love. And then you have those who just, just watch. So I think that you have to evaluate your team. And when you do have someone that you know that genuinely love you as a person, your movement, what you do, them the type of people you want involved, them the type of people you want around. So um, I just like to lead by example. So, here, like I say, it's been kind of like pulling teeth since I've been here in Oklahoma to network with my own people, man. Like, without some BS, without someone thinking I'm just trying to um, shine or make them look bad. I don't know. I don't even, honestly, I don't even know. But I can see a jealousy spirit here. I've seen, been to cities where I've seen they had a real hateful spirit, like a real hateful spirit. I had seen been in cities where they had like a real treacherous spirit, like people quick to stab their partners. Like every place is different. And here I'm seeing a little jealousy spirit. And it's not, I don't think of jealousy of necessarily just the person, but sometimes people would shun you if they feel like you're doing better than them, or you might know something they don't know, or you might um, you might take their woman, and you ain't even looking for their damn woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe that. I ain't gonna lie to you. One gentleman that I thought I was gonna network here found out that we didn't network because he was intimidated that I was gonna take his woman. And people, just for the record, and I'm gonna say this, I ain't speaking name. Just for the record, this lady looks like a dude to me, just personally. I wouldn't have talked to her. I wouldn't have, it wouldn't happen. To me, she's bright skinned, long hair, but to me, she looked like she used to be somebody else. I'm just saying, that's my personal opinion. You ain't got to worry about me doing no stuff like that. But this guy, man, got in his, in his feelings evidently because he never responded to me. He just got silent completely, and only because he felt like what I was doing in my drive may catch his woman attention. I'm like, I got my own saying. And me personally, I think my saying is a little better than yours. This is my personal opinion, but to each his own. But I wasn't gonna mess with dude's saying, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, I don't want that. You know what I mean? Like, but then again, you get certain people that think certain ways, you know. And when you look at me, you'll think that, oh man, he's just real good at this and this. Man, I'm from the hood. Yeah, I'm from the project, but I'm real travel. Like, I've been around, I done read, I done thought, I done talked to people. Like, I'm not the average person you're gonna meet that look like me. And that's what makes me unique in my personal opinion. But and I also think that's what makes some people intimidated, because once they see me, they quick to judge me, and then once I speak, they see my intellect and how I really feel and what my mission is. And some people, that's too much for them. Like, you going too strong at what you believe in. You know what I mean? I guess that's what it means. I don't know. But like I said, it has been different here. Um, but then again, like I say, we have to build a team that of the like-minded, people that's not intimidated about that. Like I say, I reached out to a few people, and some, I think they get caught up with worrying about what someone else think that really can't benefit them. And this is just me personally. I think like a king because I am a king. And if I network with, a female in my life, I'm considered to be a queen. And we can discuss things and make moves on this chessboard because we realize the code, you know? And I know personally that I'm not gonna jeopardize my queen if I'm playing chess unless, you don't do that. You got to know how to protect it, and the reality of the game is that people don't understand that you can be you, I can be me, and you don't have to feel intimidated or violated on my independence. Just like I don't have to be that way when I'm around you. Like, we all should be strong businessmen, and everybody in different statues and carry themselves differently. But I don't feel no less than you. I feel powerful as you. I got a brother, one of my brothers. Shout out to my brother Randy, on the outskirts of Atlanta. Um, my brother, when you see him, he in the suits, the ties, the cufflinks. Like, my guy stay clean. Randy, I think is like in his middle 50s, like 55, 56. Like, I like the way my brother carry himself. Like, he's sharp. And I have never wore a suit. I know how to dress, but I never wore a suit before. But I told my guy, when I get ready to wear a suit, I'm coming to you. When it get time for me to wear my slacks all the time, I'm gonna have you hook me up because my guy stay clean. But he got his own. That's his lane. My guy, drive Range Rover. Like, he like nice stuff. Like, that's his thing. That's him though. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because some people get intimidated by certain people the way they carry it, so they want to even speak to them. Oh man, this person think they too much. Like, nah. Everybody is different. Everybody have different tastes. Everybody set their lives up so that way they can live a certain way. And how can you expect to get what this person has that you really want, but you hating them? I think you, it's hard to want something or expect something and you actually hating the person that got it. How are you gonna get it? That's like an oxymoron, right? Like a double negative. I mean, if you're gonna want something good, you're gonna have to do good things. You're gonna have to pay homage. Like, man, I liked it, and admire the person that got it. I'm not knocking them. I don't know what they did to get there. You know what I mean? I just know that they got there. Salute. Yeah, real talk, man. Real talk. Okay, okay. You know what? You're probably right. Yes, my logo is on the prints. It's actually in the corner on the bottom of the prints, which it really doesn't matter as far as that. But I actually got a good file that I see it. So if someone buy um, the welding skid prints, because those are the ones that's more popular, the horizontal or the vertical, I sell them for $100, and it comes with an email file where all you have to do is email it down and go make your copies, and it's complete. Like, it gives you. I also even I sent one a few times, even cut lists, which normally everything is on there, and a person got to think for themselves to line out when you're a fabricator. It's no burner, but some people, I had to kind of like give them the cut list, so I just put it involved in it, in there, so you can kind of see what you have to order. If you go to a steel yard, you see the material I bought, what I purchased, what it costs. You know what I mean? So that way it'll help you when you're going up, because a lot of people don't know that, and I didn't realize that. But once we step into the field, sometimes we're good welders, and then we have to learn the fabrication. Then we have to learn how to network as far as calling places, what to ask for, what's the sizes, what's the terminology. You know what I mean? It's a process. Like I say, it's all a process. But I feel like we have to we have to be willing to be a part of the process, be a part of the hustle. So I think that me getting the prints the way I got them designed, all my logos is at the bottom, but it's more of the way that I saved them and I got them copyrighted. So they copyrighted trademark. So I did all of that, and that's another thing too. You got to think. Some people say, "Oh man, you charge $100 for the prints, but the base model is $500." And then, like I say, I'm giving you something that's completely lined out. All you have to do is build it, and you can duplicate it too. So it's a win-win. And then plus I had put money into it, like money into the trademark, money into the copyrights, money into the actual print getting designed. I think I spent some hundreds just on the print getting designed. Like, I spent some money, so it's all a process. And some things I think that some people get intimidated because they be like, "Well, what you doing this?" I'm like, "Man, this is when you have to draw it, put it in writing, make a visual, show that it works. Like, all of this is stuff that you put involved in what you do, and you stand behind it." And the cool thing is that one thing that I like to say about my prints, that it's always room for evolution. Like, when I was looking for some welding skids, literally, like, if you go online, like, the cheapest one to find what I needed was like 2,500, 2,600, and I pretty much made the same thing, but on a different scale, and designed it different. And I sell them for 500, because I know that the average independent person don't want to spend those 2,500 when they just spent 2,500 on a welder, if they just bought a brand new one, or 3,000 on a welder, 3,500. You know what I mean? So my goal was to help someone who's independent, or starting to be their independent business, or mobile welding, or fabrication, or shop, or whatever they do, repairs. I wanted to help them start their business with my welding skid. So if they needed to purchase the prints or buy the physical skid from me, it was an opportunity that, like I say again, that I wanted to build a product that could actually keep me from working for someone, because I don't like working for no one. I'm willing to work with anyone. You see, that's the two different words: work for someone, work with someone. When I work for someone, just me personally, I have never been in a situation working with someone where they didn't make me try to feel like a piece of shit. Just what it was. It was always a two-faced coin. Like, certain stuff come in, then they want to try to step on you, and I ain't really with that. It was too much control to me. um, my personal opinion, being an employee is too much control, giving the employer too much control over you, you know, because they tend to tell you to do things that they don't do. You know what I mean? And they do. They tell you to do things. A lot of times you see people die, cocaine, they kill, they sell this and this, and they got a job. They require you to take 5 drug tests a month, this and this. Like, really? On something that don't even mean, so I don't know, man. I just have a different view when it comes to that because I've been to prison. And after being incarcerated for 10 years and seeing that system and then working for someone for 10 years after I got out, I realized that the system is similar. Like I realized the system, and I realized in order for me to be free as an African American, as a black man, as a black Native American, that I have to have businesses. I have to have products. Like I don't want nobody telling me when I got to go, when I can use the bathroom, or I need to be quiet when they come around, or why somebody's talking, or just I'm not with all that. I'm not with them imposing their ideas on me because they had a bad day at home with their wives. If you had a bad day and you come to me with that bullshit, I'm gonna check your ass. Just point blank. Period. I ain't with that. You see what I'm saying? That's just real. I'm not with that. If I got a situation or I feel a certain way, I'm gonna let you know. Hey man, today man, I'm going through something. Man, it ain't a good day. It's what it is. But one thing for sure, if it comes out my mouth, I mean it. So if I say something, I mean it. So I try to separate myself when it comes to that because I know who I am. So that's why I don't like to deal with that. You know what I mean? Um, when it comes to being loyal to my business partners, to me it's a no-brainer. You know, it's like I had guys growing up that I would have literally died for, and that I would have been proud to die with. And we in the streets. Like I would have been proud to die in a shootout with some of my partners. Like I'm not gonna lie with you. Like that was my mentality then. And as you grow, you realize that certain things about your values, they don't really change. You change your perspective. Now, me willing to die for a guy doing some BS. Now I'm willing to put myself in guns fire for my people, for my brothers that I network with, for my family. Like I know that certain things that hey, somebody got to stand for. You know what I mean? Like my mama used to always say, "Don't think you're gonna get out of here alive because we're not. We all got to leave somehow." So I would rather leave a example. I would rather stand for something. I would rather die for something than for nothing. I'm not, I'm gonna stand for something, and I'm cool if I got to stand alone, if I got to walk alone. You ever heard that old song? It's a song in the South that says, "I go if I have to go by myself." They used to sing that every Sunday. Boy, you go in, I go if I have to go. And I remember, how you hear those certain songs, you sing along with them. Like, yeah, I like this song, but I didn't really understand it. I just liked the song. As I got grown, I understand that in life, you're gonna have to walk alone. Like you're gonna have to walk alone to build your team. Think about it. You're gonna have to walk alone, find your purpose, your mission, what you got to do. And then it's gonna be easy for you to attract that team. But you have to get that time alone. Like we can't be caught up in feeling like, oh, I don't want to be alone. I done seen people get into messed up relationships because they don't want to be alone. Like, be alone sometimes. You just got out of a abusive relationship and you jump into something else because you don't want to be alone. You don't want to sleep alone. You don't want to be in this house alone. Man, sometimes it's good to find yourself. And once you find you, you really know what you need. But until you find you, it's gonna be hard for you to meet other people and throw your agenda on them, and you don't even know who you are. I have met countless people in relationships and just people in business who are lost when it comes to certain things. And I'm not naive like when it comes to reading character. Like being in prison, you almost want to say I almost became a psychiatrist because I'm sitting in the bar that time with 50 to 100 people, different personalities. I had to sit back and watch people. I had to learn how to move around and how to move and watch certain people, body language. Oh man, it's been something to go down. They might be quiet. Like I have been watching one. I remember one night, share a story with y'all. I'm in the day room. This movie had just came out. I'll never forget it. It's called Face Off. I know a lot of y'all probably seen that. It's an older movie. It's called Face Off. Well, they was showing it in prison. And then movie night was always a good night. We have our zuzus, wham whams up there. We laid back, got the pillows on the benches because we gonna watch the movie. Laugh. It was always a fun night. People expected it because you got too much to expect in prison. I'm sitting on the front row. I didn't got my, a lot of times you had to call for your seats and put your stuff up. So I got my seat at the front. And I'm right up here with another guy. We watching the movie. We into the movie. No lie, we just zoned out. All of a sudden, I see a guy run past me. Zoom. Like, what the fuck he hollering? Ah! Another guy run behind him. So I'm like, what the fuck? I stopped, like, no lie. I'm like, what's going on? Dude chasing him with a knife, like a big knife. So the way this bear was I was in, you got upstairs and then you got this downstairs part. Well, the dude running, right? The dude behind him stabbing him. He's trying to get away from him. He done hit him a couple times in the back. The man run down the steps trying to go downstairs. Missed a couple steps right in front of it's like a nice little slope, probably 13, I'm gonna say at least 11, 13 feet. Like it's a nice slope. He missed it, and there's a rack sitting there. He hit that rack head on. Like I seen this. This guy's hit this rack, and when he hit this rack, his head split open. I can't imagine. I can't make this up to you. It looked like somebody dropped a watermelon. Poof. You know how you drop it? Poof. That's how his head looked. It just. Poof. I'm like, damn. Like I can't even be graphic enough to tell y'all how messed up this was. So we looking like, what in the world? So we like, hey, bro. So we one of the guy that was standing, we knew him, and we was telling his partner, hey man, get little buddy man before he kill dude. He run down there. His head busted. He unconscious. He's shaking. He done. Dude ran down there and stabbed him a couple more times. Whatever they had going on, it was that serious. And that was some stuff that I witnessed. I witnessed this while I'm watching this movie. And you have to learn how to deal with people and be cautious because at